So let's go over the quiz from Friday. We'll go over that, and then we'll move on today with the Battle of Midway. So follow along, please. I just sent back your scores. Should have them in your email. Jeffrey, is it all right if I use yours?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Sweet. Well, you didn't have a say in the matter. I was going to use it anyway. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So I will bring up the map. We'll roll through this, and then I'll get to the questions right after. At one, we'll just work our way around here. Go ahead, Forney. New driver on the road, Forney. Alaska, yeah. Good job, Alaska. Number one is Alaska. Two, go ahead, Gryffindor. Midway, good job. Battle of Midway Islands. We'll talk about that today. I'm glad you brought it up. I guess you had to. Kiara, go ahead. Three. Japan, good job. Japan, the island of Japan. Obviously, if you don't know it by now, this is who we're at war with in World War II. So if you don't know that by now, all right. Four, go ahead, Serene. China, good job, China. So a lot of China during this time, 1941, 1942, all the way up until the end of the war, really controlled mostly by Japan, the western portion of it anyway, or the eastern portion of it. And we know a lot of tensions going on here with China still today. Unbelievable. Five, go ahead, Troy. Mongolia, good work, Mongolia. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Six. Soviet Union, good job. Six. Where are we at here? Seven. Go ahead, Trinity. Hawaii. Yes, good job. Hawaii. Eight. Gracie. Australia. Land down under. Good job. Good job right here, Australia. Nine. Go ahead, Kira. Korean Peninsula. Good job. Good job. A lot of stuff going on there too, especially North Korea. What's going on over here? Serene, we got to send Godzilla over. Calm down. Right? 10. Go ahead. Forney, go ahead. Indian Ocean. Yep. That's just kind of thrown in there for the heck of it, I guess. All right. Going through the questions now. Here we are. Act where Congress granted President Roosevelt limited authority to direct material aid such as ammunition, tanks, airplanes, trucks, food, water effort to Europe without violating the nation's official position of neutrality. The Lend-Lease Act of 1941. Many people say this was really just giving FDR almost like a dictatorship, extreme authority to do whatever he wants and pleases with trading to these countries all throughout the world. A lot of people are like, what the heck? I can't believe this. They just give him all this power? What is this, a dictatorship? I thought this was America. I thought this was America. South Park. I thought this was America. Oh, it's funny. If you know South Park, it's funny. Serene does, so he laughed. He laughed. All right, what territory did Imperial Japan take over, which pushed the U.S. to establish an embargo on oil on Japan? French Indochina, modern-day Vietnam. That's who we talked about. Okay, right here, Vietnam. Right close to, the next location, Philippines. So look out, look out. All right, when and where did Pearl Harbor occur? We have December 7th, 1941, Hawaii. Yep, we know that one. This ship is still at the bottom of Pearl Harbor and is viewed as and respected as memorial still today. USS Arizona. This man was a five-star general of the Pacific Theater during World War II for the U.S. Douglas MacArthur, the Terminator, sunglasses, pipe. Looks like a bad ace, like the playing card, right? Yep. Yes. This island territory was controlled by the U.S. and it was invaded and taken over in 1941, 1942 by the Japanese, the Philippines. The Philippines. This event was a 70-mile march of American and Filipino troops where torturing occurred by the Japanese soldiers of the Philippine island, Bataan Death March. All right, this was an attack on the capital of Japan, Tokyo, to send a message and to crush the morale of Japanese in 1942. The Doolittle Raid. Doolittle Raid. I get it. Sorry. Tokyo Raid. Very close. It was Tokyo. but it's looking for Doolittle raid. We talked about that a lot in here. Right off the USS Hornet, which we'll talk about the Hornet again today. Hornet's going to be involved with Midway. How cool is that, Jeffrey? Yeah, okay. This was the name of the ship that Doolittle's bombers flew off to attack Tokyo. The Hornet. This was a type of bomber that was used for Doolittle's air raid, the B-25 bomber. As far as Doolittle from the coast of Japan when he started his mission, around 600 miles. Oh, I don't know if he'll make it. Well, he did. This battle occurred off the coast of Australia. It was the first battle in open water, aircraft versus aircraft carrier. Battle of Coral Sea. First battle ever out in open water. What two aircraft carriers fought at the Battle of Coral Sea? Lexington, Yorktown for the United States. This is a term that describes saving resources and materials for the war effort, rationing. One of America's greatest assets that won Allied powers war was the home front. Private means of production of food such as vegetables and fruit to help benefit the war effort. Victory Gardens. Debt security issued by a government finance military operations during times of war and conflict. War bonds. This was the name of the mascot who promoted women to get involved with the war during World War II. Rosie the Riveter. Bonnie the Boulder. That was a good one. Nancy the Nailer. And Kiara even made it. The horse noises she makes.
It doesn't even happen in here.
Yeah, sixth period. Sixth period it does. This was the order that pushed Japanese Americans into detention centers right after Pearl Harbor, created by President Roosevelt. Order 9066. Not 66, not when the Jedi were getting taken down. All right. Douglas MacArthur, 5-star general during World War II, Pacific Theater. Okay. James Doolittle speaks to animals. Just kidding. Colonel of the U.S. who led an attack on Tokyo, Japan. Jokio. Hideki Tojo, Prime Minister and General of the Japanese Imperial Army during World War II. Hirohito, Emperor of Japan during World War II. All right, so describe how America got involved in World War II. Detail this was an enormous challenge for the U.S. in 1941. What does it mean when the words were said by the Japanese military official, "We just woken sleeping giant"? Describe the impact of that quote. So you had to answer all those questions to get full credit. And one did you really hit on how the United States was involved in a two-front war here. They're involved in Europe, which we'll get to soon. We'll talk about that more probably when we get back from Easter, or maybe on Wednesday we'll mention it here. We'll get back to it. And then obviously you needed to talk about how the home front, right? So the United States wasn't prepared for this war whatsoever. We were far behind when it came to military advantages, technology, weaponry, you name it. And it was up to the United States to try to transition. We're going through the Depression, right, to try to use our industries, our factories, try to build a stronger military to adapt to fight in two different, totally different environments. And we did it successfully, right? Took some time, though. Took some time. Then you had to, obviously, say the date, December 7, 1941. That's when Pearl Harbor occurred, when it happened, and how this was the event that pushed the United States into the war. And sleeping giant, because this really described the United States' power. Okay, it's home front, the resources, the finalized goods, the industries that were all shifting towards this wartime creation of weapons, supplies, armaments to try to fight this war. And that's really what won us this war. And Japan knew what type of power we could become. And it kind of leads up into Godzilla, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what Godzilla is based off of World War II, how the United States was this giant, this unbelievable giant destruction on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the atomic weapons, but that's Godzilla, right? That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, so that's leading right up into it. Perfect time, right, Serene? Yes. Yes. Go see it. I should be paid for promoting Godzilla. Maybe it should be on my YouTube channel. They can just do that. They can just do their ads on it.
Wasn't it made in like 90s?
What, Godzilla?
Yeah.
No, 50s.
Is there like a new one?
Was it in the 50s or late 40s?
Yeah.
98 was one they made. Was a good one. That was okay.
Is that the most recent one?
No. 2017, King of the Monsters came out. 2014 was
On deck.
just the regular Godzilla, like the new, I guess, lineage of it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.